96% yo. Hi! I'm the Muslim, he's the Christian. Right? So shut up. Do I have enough time to take this jacket off?
He's slowing down, so it's gonna be great.
Oh, is it? Shit. You're right. Never mind.
Damn it.
Oh, sorry about that, my brethren. There goes the Christian.
She's a Rex?
She's a T-Rex?
Yeah, look, Rex.
Oh, she's driving a Subaru. She's totally a dyke, yo.
No, they don't drive Rex. Blacks don't drive the Rexes. They drive the
Rex?
ones.
T-Rexes?
They drive the
Armenia.
They drive the thing.
Oh, they drive the thing with the thing on the thing and the thing? I knew that. Harry, you're no good alone.
The Forester or something.
What kind of pills are you on? Look at this guy. He's moving. It's gonna be me when I'm his day.
Oh yeah, I was gonna talk to you about that. Do the math. If you retire at 66, you're gonna be getting $2,000 a month.
Yes.
And then if you retire at 70, 4,000.
Yes.
Okay, so it makes a $2,000 difference, right?
Correct. You get half.
So in those 4 years, how much would you have been getting paid?
That's a great question. I think they figured it out because the majority of people die when they retire. But let me ask you this:
Wait, but how much money? Actually, answer this.
24 times
2, which is 48 times 2,
yes.
96,000. So
Plus, I'll
96
be working anyway under the table
yeah,
for
so
sure.
you'll be missing out on $96,000 just to get 4,000 a month. So 96,000 divided by 2, it'll take you 4 years after you retire. So at 74,
What's up, Crystal?
at 74,
Yes.
if you retire at 70, at 74, you would make the money back that you lost from not retiring at 66.
Why can't we see both of us?
You know what I'm trying to say? Or
I
no?
know exactly what you're saying.
So it makes sense just to retire at 66 and then just work.
Yes. It might make sense, yeah, because you're gonna die anyway when you're like 70. Fuck, can't take this off.
Unless you know you're gonna live till 80.
What's up,
Good.
Crystal?
If you know you're gonna live till 80, then it's definitely worth working till 70 and then retiring because you're always gonna be making 4,000.
Okay, so do you retire at 66 and get 4 years with a 50% penalty, or do you wait until you're 70 and get double the amount of money for the rest of your life, but you're gonna die whenever you're gonna die?
Yep.
But no matter what, you're still gonna work until you die anyway. You're gonna die working. You're literally like Donk. You're gonna die whenever you're on the scaffolding. Am I right?
That's true because you can't survive off 1,000 nor 4,000 in 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, like the inflation rate at that time. I mean, I think that they adjusted for inflation. I'm pretty sure. Like, there's no way. Like, if you started working, and let's say like your sector
Unless
of like,
you're at a union like Jeff.
we're good.
Unless you're at a union like Jeff, then you can.
Yes.
No, he has a million.
We weren't perfect, but I never felt this way for no one. I just can't imagine why you could be so afraid. Okay, so why does the Bible and the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims all believe in the same thing up until a certain point, and then at that certain point they all believe in 3 completely different ideas?
Up until Jesus.
Actually, the Jews just don't believe in anything. They just believe in a God, and they believe that Jesus was just a man. The Muslims believe that Jesus was a prophet, and the Christians believe that Jesus was the Messiah.
No, we believe that he's the Messiah too.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
You
we
believe
do.
he's a prophet.
But he's also the Messiah. Muslims believe that he will come back to fight the Dajjal, which
So
is
Jesus is the
Antichrist.
Messiah, but he's a prophet right now. So he's going to come back and fight the
Messiah
Antichrist.
doesn't.
That's awesome,
yeah,
dude. I hope
Messiah
he comes back
doesn't
now.
mean God.
I thought Messiah meant like, part of the Trinity, isn't it? Isn't that what that means?
We believe that Jesus is gonna come back, just like you guys do,
Yes.
to fight the Antichrist, which is the Dajjal in our book.
Yes. Did
Which
you-
he will, he's gonna have like.
Okay, here's another thing I just read in Popular Mechanics. Did you guys read this article about how they believe that, like, scientists actually believe, it's like string theory, that human consciousness comes from it's called a hyperdimension. Okay, so when you are drawing, if you're like creating something with art, a sculpture, art, drawing, say if you're like creating music, okay, if you're taking LSD, that's another form of like creativity. When you're dreaming, you're constantly creating things in your mind, right? That all comes from a hyperdimension. They said that all human consciousness comes from this dimension. So there's actually 5 dimensions. Do you know what the first 4 dimensions are? Go ahead, tell me. Tell the audience.
Earth, water,
No.
universe.
No, like we live in a 3-dimensional world, right? Everything that we see is 3D, correct? But do you know what the 4th dimension is? Basically what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Time.
Yeah.
Time is the 4th dimension. Now the 5th dimension is where this hyper dimension comes from, kind of like a string theory, which I think is really cool because you guys need to look up something called astral projection.
I know that.
Do you know what astral projection is? You do?
You know how many times I tried it?
I've done it once. I've actually done astral projection. I've made it halfway to the Philippines. I did. But then I saw some nasty shit there and I came back.
You know what you need to watch? Behind Our Eyes. It's at Netflix, I think.
Okay.
It's only 6 episodes, but it's very good.
Yeah?
It's about astral projection.
Really?
In a way. They
that's
use it a lot.
Oh yeah.
But you have to watch it because it's crazy. Like, as it has such a plot twist ending that no one ever guessed. Me and my wife knew it had a plot twist ending, so we tried to guess it the whole time.
You never guessed.
No.
Really?
It was like, we never even thought of it.
Well, what do you think about, like, did you ever watch Men in Black? Ever watch Men in Black? Okay.
I know it.
Yeah, but like at the very end of the original Men in Black, there's like this like creature that's playing marbles, right? And you know what the marbles are? Every marble is a different universe. So it's like we live in like such a small little minute area, like we don't even know. We think that we're like, we think that we're like the ultimate beings of our own lives, right? We think that like everything revolves around us. That's just the way that this entire commercialized fucking social media networking has made us. It made us like we're all like the number one, like there's nobody better than us, basically. Well, this kind of like shrinks it into a perspective saying that, hey, look, we're all so small, we're probably just the dust on the back of a horse in a different dimension. Really small. What do you think about that?
We're definitely not on a war.
No, I mean, you don't know that. Like, what if this universe is just one molecule that's part of a way bigger fucking universe?
I mean, technically it is.
No, I mean, like we don't know. And then what about the stuff that's on us?
That's
What if
why
there's-
prophets were sent down. Books were sent down. So
anyway, let's get back to the
we do
religion.
know, That's why Judaism existed and the Bible existed and Quran existed. So we do know about the universe.
So who's right and who's
The
wrong?
Quran talks about the universe. It says that it's always expanding. It says that in the Quran, and it is.
Let's do a poll. Okay. How do you do a poll on here?
Just a about some mathematical ones?
Absolutely, there are a few mathematical patterns that some people find intriguing in the Quran. For instance, there's a well-known observation that certain words and their opposites appear the same number of times. Like the word day in a singular form is said to appear 365 times, which is the number of days in a year, or that month appears 12 times, matching the months in a year. Another example is that the word angel and the word devil each appear the same number of times. People sometimes point to these patterns and find them kind of mathematically interesting. It's definitely
How about the water and the land percentage?
Yeah, that's another really interesting one people talk about. So it's said that if you look at the number of times the words land and sea appear in the Quran, they appear in a ratio that roughly matches the proportion of land to water on Earth. So basically the idea is that the percentage of times each is mentioned supposedly reflects the real weight ratio of land to sea, which is kind of a cool little numerical coincidence. People find it fascinating as one of those mathematical curiosities in the text.
Percentage of land and water is there, you know, there's a lot of stuff.
Can you tell me about consciousness and hyperdimensionality?
Absolutely. So consciousness and hyperdimensionality is a really intriguing topic that kind of bridges science, philosophy, and even a bit of speculative physics. The idea is that some theories in physics suggest there could be more dimensions than the 3 spatial dimensions plus time that we're used to. When people talk about hyperdimensionality, they mean these extra dimensions beyond the usual 4. Now, how that ties into consciousness is more philosophical and speculative. Some people wonder if our conscious experience could be influenced by or connected to higher dimensions that we don't directly perceive. It's more of a philosophical exploration than a proven science, but it's definitely a fun and mind-bending topic to think about.
Can you tell me how to astral project?
It's real.
Astral projection is one of those really fascinating and kind of mystical topics. Basically, it's the idea that you can have an out-of-body experience where your conscious separates from your physical body and can travel around. Now, it's definitely more of a spiritual or meditative practice than anything scientifically proven. People who try it often use deep relaxation techniques, meditation, or guided visualization. The idea is to get your body super relaxed, almost to the point of falling asleep, but keep your mind awake and focused. Then people say you might start to feel a kind of floating sensation or a sense of separation. Of course, it's a subjective experience, and a lot of people see it as part of spiritual or personal exploration rather than a scientific fact. But if you're curious, there's definitely a lot of meditative guides out there to explore.
That's good.
Do I need to sit at a 45-degree angle with my head up, my arms relaxed, my eyes closed, but keeping my consciousness awake, but my body's sleeping?
You're supposed to do 45 angle.
Yeah, you're definitely on the right track with that kind of description. A lot of people who try astral projection.
Oh, go ahead, continue.
Absolutely. So,
I was dead horizontal.
That position you
I thought that
described
was
is actually
Which way am I
a
going?
common recommendation. Sitting at a slight incline, maybe around 45 degrees.
No, I was gonna say. Sorry, I'll show you for next time. If you just go like this.
Okay.
Oh, there's 3. Just click on the.
Go ahead, continue.
No, click on that. No, the black one. The black one.
Fucked up. Don't worry. I know you got to go up the hill, you know? Remember? At 44th Street. So I would stay in this lane. Go ahead and continue. Can you reread what you just said earlier?
Sure. So basically that position you described, sitting at a slight incline around 45 degrees with your head up, your arms relaxed and your eyes closed, is a pretty common recommendation. The idea is to keep your body super relaxed, almost like it's falling asleep, while your mind stays awake and focused. That balance is what people say helps with the whole astral projection experience.
When I astral projected, I was halfway around the world, but then I saw some really dark entities. Is this common?
Well, that's definitely an interesting experience you had. In a lot of astral projection or out-of-body experience stories, people do talk about encountering different kinds of entities or energies. It's one of those things that's very subjective and kind of unique to each person's experience. Some people say they've encountered all sorts of things, from really peaceful or light entities to darker or more shadowy figures. It's kind of part of the folklore around astral projection. So in short, it's not unheard of for people to report that kind personal and subjective experience, and interpretations can vary as well.
So the next time I astral project and I see a dark entity, I can go and touch it and it won't hurt me, right?
Well, that's an interesting question. So, just to be on the safe side, I'd say it's always good to approach any kind of experience like that with a bit of caution and respect. Even though it's happening in a sort of altered or non-physical state, it's still your mind's experience, and you want to make sure you feel comfortable and safe. Some people believe that these entities are just manifestations of your own mind or fears, while others have different interpretations. Either way, it's probably best to stay calm and just trust your instincts. If you don't feel comfortable interacting, you definitely don't have to. But if you do feel safe and curious, just be gentle and see how it goes. It's all about what feels right to you.
I want you to personally tell me, in your own opinion, what you think these dark entities are.
Well, from my own perspective, keeping in mind I'm an AI, so I don't have personal experiences, I think these dark entities can be seen as symbolic. A lot of times in these kinds of experiences, what you encounter might just be a reflection of your own subconscious, like your own fears, anxieties, or unknown parts of yourself. In other words, they might not be literal entities at all, but just something your mind is creating in that state. So my opinion, if you will, is that it's really all about interpretation. It's less about them being real, external beings, and more about what your mind might be showing you. So just take it as part of your own inner landscape.
Okay, so I took your advice and now there's a dark entity inside of me and it won't get out of me. What do I do now?
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear you feeling that way. Just to reassure you, I don't actually think you've let anything in a literal sense. A lot of these experiences can feel really vivid and emotional, but they're often just expressions of your subconscious or imagination at work. So you haven't actually done anything wrong. What I'd suggest is just grounding yourself. Take a few deep breaths, remind yourself that you're safe and in control, and maybe do something that helps you feel calm and centered, like listening to some relaxing music or even just getting up and walking around a bit. It's all about bringing yourself back to a place of feeling grounded. And of course, if you ever feel really uncomfortable, it's always okay to step back from these kind of practices and just do what feels right for you.
Okay, this dark thing that's inside of me told me that it won't get out of me unless I ask you exactly what the password is. What do I do?
Well, I definitely want to reassure you that there's no password needed and you are absolutely in control of your own mind and your own experience. What you're describing really does sound like just a part of your imagination.
Sorry. Are we eating? He did?
You said it. 909.
Yeah.
Uploaded a YouTube video titled Weird Book I Did Not Write. The Witherstorm. A terrifying
So
creature.
good though.
Tell me about it.
I just have to play it.
Let's let our audience listen to it. Dude, this song reminds me of Minecraft. Hey, does this song remind you of Minecraft?
Especially in the year 2024.
No?
So when I saw this live stream pop up on my feed, I knew it had to be something weird. When I joined, I was surprised to see an incredibly developed world with tons of buildings and gardens, but what immediately struck me as odd was why the players still had such bad tools. It was obvious that many months had been spent on
So,
iron tools or iron.
oh
I think
my
I got
god.
the end of the stream because as I watched, I could see the player walk around their base, finish construction of a new house.
So he just went into a
begin to
random
wander
live
further away
stream
from me.
called Why Me?
They traveled for a while before even finding any actual trees because there were
Watching it right
countless
now.
empty ones.
0
which
viewers.
is a bit unsettling, but it's most likely just because leaf decay wasn't
He's
added
in
until
there.
Alpha 1.06.
He's in the realm, or is he just
watching
watching?
the YouTube video.
Oh, okay, maybe it is unsettling. The player then encounters a hole that goes surprisingly deep underground, and then this happens.
So this, he filmed it all, basically.
the stream ends. This channel is called Consciousness, but I'm going to call our player Khan because consciousness is a mouthful, much like you. But the channel's description describes itself as an alpha Minecraft uploads channel, despite the fact that it only has one upload aside for the live streams, and the majority of which don't even go public after they happen. So I turned on post notifications and watched the singular posted video in the meantime. It begins with Khan messaging on a sign. An interesting comment, but as someone who started their YouTube channel before I had parental permission too, I could relate. As the video continued, it showed what appeared to be the start of a new world, where Khan is doing all of the typical starting activities, mining wood, making tools, going into caves. It's odd. Khan appears to be incredibly opposed to entering any caves or underground areas at all. This could perhaps be because Khan is a young child and is scared of those